What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to take you through a tutorial on how to install Rallyarmor mud flaps on a 2010 Subaru Forester. This is my girlfriend's car, but I love this thing for off-roading. And luckily today I don't have to do it out in the cold in my unheated garage, though I don't complain much, but I was given the opportunity to use my works hoist. The boss says I can use one of the hoists, so that's what we're going to do. We're also going to, while we have the rear wheel off, I'll show you how to adjust the parking brake, especially for you manual drivers, which this is. Adjusting your parking brake is crucial, especially because parking on a hill, you don't want your car to roll away. Let's get started. I'm going to start here at the back. We're going to take the rear wheel off because you have to be able to get to these. It just makes everything easier. Plus, I need to adjust my parking brake so that it works a lot better. You don't have to pull the handle to the sky to get to hold. Okay, now that we got the wheel off, everything's a lot more open. With these Rallyarmor mud flaps, you're going to be dealing with 4 holes here. So one here, one here. This guy here looks like a bolt snapped off. I don't know if you can see that very well. And then this guy here. So this is what they look like for these 2010 Foresters. Got your 4 holes, Rallyarmor, and it'll go on something like that. And the holes match up like that, if you can see. Okay, after you get these screws out, and I forgot to mention they're a Phillips, or a lot of people like to call it a plus or a star. Proper term is Phillips screwdriver. You get your Phillips screwdriver, take this bolt out, take that guy out. If there's any more, like maybe there might be one here, there wasn't for me, take that guy out. And then I use a flathead to take, there'll be clips here that hold onto this. There should be one here that holds onto there. Take those out. And then move this guy so you can see under here. You're going to be dealing with these 4 holes right here. Rallyarmor gives you clips. So you're going to be using 3 of these clips here. And 1 like this in the back. So this guy, you're going to go under here. See if I can get this and do this at the same time. And you're going to put that right in that hole. Right there. Then you're going to take one of each of these and put them, again you can't see, you're going to put them right there, and you're going to do that respectively for that one and that one there. Okay, so once you get your clips installed, it should look something like this. You got your plastic clip back there, hiding in there, and these 3 ready to go. After you get that done, that's basically the hard part. You're ready to put your mud flap on. Match it up like that. And you're going to use your hardware, plastic washers, your Phillips screws, and this here spacer is going to go right there. So put your screws with your spacers on through your mud flap, put your spacer on, and then you're going to screw it all on. I got that in there. You still got that in there. Okay, once you get your mud flap installed, it should look like this. You'll have a spacer in back here. All your Phillips screws in there with the washers. Don't tighten them too tight. They are plastic. And you want to keep a good idea of what level is. I don't know if that's level or not, but from the back, I like mine to stick out a bit. So you can move that in if you want, or you can keep it sticking that far out like I do so it catches the wind and flaps and everyone knows you have mud flaps. Okay, and now on to adjusting this emergency brake. Now with these Foresters, there should be a plug, a rubber plug here. I unfortunately don't have that rubber plug. I might be able to find a kit that has it, but for right now I don't have it. But this is as simple as taking the rim off, taking that plug out, and if we can get the light in here, you'll be able to see, or you won't be able to see. There it is. There's the adjuster for your emergency brake shoes. So in this case, I think I have to turn them up with a screwdriver or could be down, whichever. You have to figure out which until they're tight so the rotor doesn't move. And then you loosen it back off so the rotor moves nicely. And then you go and test it in the car and make sure they release after, make sure they're not rubbing, and that's how you do it. And okay, well, we're going to move on to the front. It's more or less the same thing, if not easier. If you're doing this on the ground, the directions actually tell you to turn your wheel like that, and you can get in there. But I have it on a hoist, so I'm going to take the wheel off, check everything out behind it. And it's the same thing. You're going to be dealing with this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. You're going to take this plug out. There will be a clip back here, and there will be a clip here. Previous owner broke those. I don't know how they break them in plastic clips, but I just have this one Phillips, and then this whole thing moves, and then we'll get to that. Okay, so once you have the wheel off, again, nice and open, you take your screws out here. There should be a plastic plug here. Again, it's a Phillips. There should be, I'm not even sure what it would have been there. I assume a Phillips as well. Mine had an extra one that you won't need. Basically, you peel this back, you put a clip there, put a clip behind this plastic piece here, and then on the plastic piece there, and then you put this back like so. Then you take your mud flap, and I forgot to mention this in the back, make sure the Rallyarmor is facing backwards. So don't get them mixed up and put them in like this, because then everyone's just gonna be like, oh, he's got a black mud flap. But no, you want everyone behind you to be like, wow, this guy spent way too much on mud flaps. Okay, so this is what it'll look like after you get everything put on. Your screws in there. Again, don't go too tight. Everything's plastic. You don't want to strip out these, strip out the hardware. But yeah, see, I have it sticking out as far as I can, just because I like it that way. It catches more. It doesn't get on the body as much. And I also installed the winter rims. Yes, the winter rims are nicer than the summer rims, but we don't go off-roading so much in the winter. So yeah, if you want to look at it from the back, this is what it'll look like. I've done the other side already, and they stick out like that. So if you have any questions, ask me in the comments, but these are fairly straightforward. Yes, they do come with instructions, but everything's in black and white. It's just, I found it a little easier if you found an instructional video. I always like having videos to show you what to do. And also wanted to show you my beautiful gold rims. All right, so that's that. We have our mud flaps on. I got my new rims on with the winter tires. On a difficulty level, doing this is basically a 1 or a 2. The only thing you must remember is to torque your wheels before you leave, drive for about a week, torque them again. You don't want your wheels to fall off. That always sucks. So just remember to torque your wheels, make sure your tire pressure's up, and your mud flaps will look super sick when people are driving behind you and think you're a rally driver in your Forester. Other than that, we also know how to adjust our rear parking brakes, and thanks for watching.